Các bạn, bây giờ thầy sẽ hướng dẫn các bạn làm bài thi nghe của bài thi khung năng lực châu. Và trong cái phần thi nghe của bài thi khung năng lực châu, các bạn sẽ có 13 câu đầu tiên cực kỳ dễ. Vì sao dễ các bạn ạ? Bởi vì đáp án nó đã có sẵn trong cái lời nói của người ta rồi. Như vậy, 13 câu đầu tiên chỉ là cái gì mọi người ạ? Lexical recognition, nghĩa là mình nhận biết cái từ ngữ, cái từ vựng mà xuất hiện trong file nghe mà thôi. Và từ câu 14 cho đến câu 17 thì đòi hỏi chúng ta phải hiểu để ta nối. Và những ai muốn bằng B1 thì các bạn chỉ cần nghe 10 đến 12 câu đầu tiên mà nghe chắc chắn là mọi người đã đủ sai rồi. Vậy các bạn không quá bận tâm nhiều về phần nghe này. Nhớ nhé. Rồi, và bây giờ thầy sẽ hướng dẫn cho mọi người. Khi nghe thì chúng ta vui lòng xác định từ khóa. Ví dụ như từ khóa của thầy trong câu này đó là chữ present, đúng mọi người ạ. Và chúng ta có một loạt các từ khóa. Chúng ta dành thời gian 10 giây, 20 giây đó. Chúng ta đọc qua scarf, pair of gloves, a book. Như vậy, chúng ta đọc qua được 3 từ khóa rồi. Chúng ta hãy nhắm mắt lại, thả lỏng cơ thể và bấm biểu tượng nút play ở phía bên trái. Và khi mọi người nhắm mắt lại, mọi người sẽ nghe rất là rõ và rất là tốt. Các bạn nhớ nhé. Nào bây giờ chúng ta cùng nghe với thầy câu số 1.
Listen to the conversation. Which present has the man bought? A book. B, a pair of gloves. C, a scarf.
Is the book in this bag for Mum, then? I didn't think she was particularly interested in flowers.
I thought she'd like it, to give her some good ideas for the garden. And even if she never reads it, it's got some lovely photos.
I thought you were going to get those gloves I showed you in that shop last Saturday. They match the scarf I've bought her.
A man and a woman are talking about hiring a car. How much will they pay to hire a car? A, £100. B, £130. C, £110.
You know we need to hire a car for our holiday. Well, I got some prices from the internet. The cheapest one is £110, but it could be a bit small. There's a bigger car for £130.
We paid about £100 last year and the car was fine. I think we should get the cheaper one.
OK, I agree.
Shall I book it then? I can do it this afternoon if you give me the information.
Ok, ta qua câu tiếp theo mọi người ha. Đó là ta hỏi first program, cái chương trình đầu tiên sau bản tin đó là gì? Các bạn để ý từ khóa giùm thầy ạ.
Question 5. Listen to a TV announcement. What is the first program after the news? A sport program. B, a documentary. C, a food program.
Sports Challenge with live football from Northfield Stadium will not be shown after the news as advertised. The nature documentary Dolphin Watch will be shown instead. Sports Challenge will now be on tomorrow evening at 8 o'clock, just after the food programme Cook's World. We would like to apologise to viewers for this change to the programme schedule.
Rồi bây giờ chúng ta qua câu tiếp theo mọi người ha. Từ khóa là travel from the airport. Các bạn để ý.
Question 6. A girl and her father are talking on the phone. How will the girl travel from the airport? A, by bus. B, by car. C, by train.
Hi, Dad. I'm at the airport.
Oh, I didn't know you were arriving so early. Do you want me to come and pick you up? Or can you get the bus?
There's no point you driving here because there's a train leaving in 10 minutes, so I'll get that. It's quicker than the bus.
All right. See you later.
Câu tiếp theo người ta hỏi là gì các bạn? Từ khóa đó là chữ be late. Và thầy muốn mọi người để ý chữ be late. Kể bao lâu ha? Sorry, tại sao cô ấy đã đến trễ? Right? Listen.
Anna sends a message to her husband. Why is she going to be late? A, because of the traffic jams. B. The bus is delayed. C. There are road repairs.
Hello, it's Anna here. I'm going to be a bit late back, so you'll probably get home before me. I've been waiting at the bus stop for almost half an hour now, and nothing has arrived yet. There aren't any traffic jams, and the road repairs on Park Street finished last week, so I don't know why it's taking so long. Hopefully there'll be one soon. Anyhow, I'll see you later.
Ok, được. Khóa tiếp theo của chúng ta là like best, thích nhất. Cô ta thích nhất về cái điều gì, về cái chuyến đi ở trường của cô ta, các bạn ha. Lắng nghe.
Listen to the conversation between a boy and a girl. What did the girl like best about her school trip? A. The farm. B. The museum. C. The ferry crossing.
How was your school trip to France, Louise?
It was great. The weather was good, so the ferry crossing was fine. When we got there, the teacher took us to a museum and she gave us some worksheets to do.
You went to a farm as well, didn't you?
Yes, we did. They showed us how to make goat's cheese. I enjoyed that the most. I thought it was really interesting.
Ok, từ khóa tiếp theo là stolen on Saturday. Mọi người để kỹ cái chữ Saturday, bị mất gì vào ngày thứ Bảy mọi người ha. Listen.
Question 9. Listen to a police report on the news. What was stolen on Saturday? A. A car. B. A gold necklace. C. A painting.
Police have had reports of a couple running from the scene and driving off in a dark green car. The woman was wearing an expensive gold necklace. They were both probably in their late 20s. There is a reward for anybody with information leading to the return of the painting, which is worth at least £50,000.
Ok, từ khóa tiếp theo đó là chữ S. Ok, họ sẽ mua cái con thú cưng nào, mọi người nghe nè.
Question 10. Listen to the conversation between a man and a woman. What pet are they going to buy? A dog. B. A cat. C. A fish.
I think we should get a pet. What do you think?
A dog would be nice. Or a cat, maybe.
Dogs need a lot of looking after. And I'm not keen on cats. They make me sneeze. I've always liked the idea of tropical fish.
Well, they need almost as much looking after as dogs. But they look nice, so okay.
Chúng ta sang tiếp tục câu tiếp theo. Người ta hỏi là nhân vật Sally này ở đâu? Vậy các bạn đọc cafe, hospital and school. Đang nhớ những từ khóa này thật kỹ giùm thầy nhé.
Question 11. Listen to the conversation between Sally and Mark. Where has Sally been? A. At the cafe. B. At the hospital. C. At school.
Sally, where have you been? I waited at the cafe for ages. We were supposed to meet there hours ago.
Sorry, Mark. Somebody from work had an accident and had to go to hospital. She was really worried about her son, so I offered to pick him up from school. I tried to call you, but your mobile was switched off.
Rồi, từ khóa tiếp theo của chúng ta là fly. Chuyến bay này nó sẽ rời lúc mấy giờ? Thì con số nó khá là dễ đúng không các bạn?
Mrs. Jackson, this is Premier Travel. I'm just calling to tell you that your holiday tickets have arrived and you can come and get them anytime. There's one small change in flight time, but it simply means that your flight out to Spain leaves at 9:30 a.m. rather than 7:30. I thought you'd probably be pleased. It means checking in at 7:30 instead of 5:30, so you won't be quite so exhausted when you arrive. Call if you have any queries. Bye.
Okay, next one. Ta sang câu tiếp theo câu tiếp theo người ta hỏi là what sport, cái môn thể thao mà cái thằng bé nó chơi ở trung tâm đó là cái gì? Các bạn nhớ nó nhấn mạnh là do soon at the center.
Which sport will the boy do soon at the centre?
Have you been to the new water sports centre yet?
Oh, yes. It's brilliant. There are 2 indoor pools, one for underwater diving and one for swimming. And you can also have sailing lessons on the lake.
That's what I'm doing there next weekend, actually. I was hoping to take water skiing lessons, but the leaflet says they're not starting those until next year.
Như vậy chúng ta vừa kết thúc xong 13 câu. Và 13 câu này có 3 lựa chọn ABC. Mọi người ha, có 3 câu lựa chọn ABC. Nhiệm vụ của các bạn trong 13 câu này chúng ta chỉ xoáy vào cái đáp án được đọc mà thôi. Chúng ta sẽ không cần nghe hiểu gì cả. Bởi vì cái dạng bài này là recognizing. Và hãy nhớ đi thi những câu mà các bạn sẽ nghe sẽ dễ hơn cái nội dung chúng ta đang luyện tập học nghe ở đây. Và bây giờ thầy sẽ cung cấp đáp án cho các bạn. Các bạn vui lòng nghe hết từng câu lại và các bạn sẽ thấy đáp án ở phần 1 như sau. Bây giờ chúng ta sẽ qua tiếp phần 2 information matching. Phần này trong bài thi nghe các bạn sẽ có 4 người A, người B, người C, người D và 6 câu gửi. Các bạn vui lòng nghe xem người nào nói từng câu dưới đây. Nếu như ví dụ như người A nói câu số 2 thì bạn kéo câu số 2 lên cho người A. Người B nói câu số 3 thì bạn kéo câu đáp án 3 lên cho người B. Hiểu không ạ? Vậy chúng ta sẽ nghe thử các bạn. Listen.
Right, let's see. Jobs and duties. Where should we begin?
Let's talk about washing up first. Now that's something I really can't stand. My mum makes me do it after every meal at the weekend, and she won't let...
Sorry các bạn, thầy vừa mở nhầm file nghe, chúng ta nghe lại khúc này ha. Nào bây giờ chúng ta nghe chính xác lại cái file nghe này các bạn.
Speaker A.
The resort was fantastic, though I'd expected that from the reviews. But it was the food that just blew everyone else away. There was so much choice, and it was all good. What made it for me, though, was the chance to just hang out with my mates, chat, catch up on things. You're usually too busy for that. The shops were good too, lots of bargains. There were loads of beaches to walk along and other resorts to explore. Really quiet areas for when I wanted to get away from things and relax, which wasn't often. I would definitely go there again.
Speaker B.
We stayed in a small resort, but it was pretty easy to rent a car or take a bus to nearby larger places, though they were too far to walk to, which was a shame. My main aim in going there was to get away from the stresses of student life, and that was certainly what happened. In fact, it couldn't have been better. There was a lovely old town, which had a great sense of history, and we all enjoyed wandering round in the evenings. I was even able to try out my primitive language skills, which I'd hoped to do, and I definitely got more confident.
Speaker C. Speaker C.
I love travelling, and I think it's important to be able to communicate with people in other countries. I often choose a place to go just so that I can practice the language, and this holiday was perfect for that, as I was on my own. That had the double bonus of meaning I could do whatever I wanted without asking anyone else. Go to galleries, relax, go swimming, cycling. I certainly got fitter. But most importantly, I had to talk to people in restaurants, shops and so on. Of course, I learned a lot about their way of life as well, and I didn't miss my friends at all.
Speaker D.
My last holiday was a cruise. I'd expected to hate being stuck with other people. I only went because my friend wanted to try it. We visited lots of different ports, and when we got off the boat, we sampled loads of exotic dishes in all the different restaurants. I think that's what I look back on now with the greatest pleasure. The pace of life on the boat was slow and leisurely, which I found frustrating, But at least there was a gym on board, so I was able to go running and swimming every day. Everyone on the boat spoke English, so my language skills didn't improve much.
Chúng ta sẽ qua phần 3. Phần 3 là opinion matching. Và phần 3 chúng ta sẽ có 3 câu. Nhưng cái lựa chọn đó là xác định xem người nam hay người nữ hay cả hai đều nói những câu này. Vậy các bạn hãy cố gắng luyện tập nghe dùm thầy cái bài này thử nhé. Lúc nãy thầy có bấm lộn một lần đấy. Các bạn để ý ạ. Okay, now listen.
Right, let's see. Jobs and duties. Where should we begin?
Let's talk about washing up first. Now that's something I really can't stand. My mum makes me do it after every meal at the weekend, and she won't let me go out with my friends until I've done it. I just think that's so unfair. I mean, none of my friends have to do it. I bet you don't either, do you?
No, you're right. In fact, no one in my family does. The most I have to do is get the plates out of the dishwasher.
Oh, lucky you. I wish we had one. And what about cleaning shoes? You have a machine to do that as well, I suppose.
Unfortunately not. If it was left up to me, I wouldn't bother. But my dad says that shoes tell you a lot about a person, so he has me brushing and polishing every other day. It's such a pain.
Same here. I'm not made to do it that often, but I still dread having to do it.
Right. So that could be one of our 3. What's next?
Well, I honestly can't understand why clothes shopping is there. That's no chore for me. I mean, I could spend all day popping in and out of shops. But going to buy food, now that's completely different.
I can't bear doing either of them. In fact, even talking about them makes me feel funny. Shall we move on?
Okay. What do you feel about visiting relatives?
Oh, that's not so bad. I've got a pretty small family, so it doesn't happen that often. And I get on really well with my grandparents, the ones that are still alive, that is. In fact, one of my granddads is a real laugh, and I think he enjoys my company when I go to see him, now that he's on his own. How about you?
Well, I suppose I'm a bit lazy, really. My parents both say I should go and see my grandparents more often, but they live so far away. I always make sure I'm in when they come to see us, and they come round quite a lot, so I don't feel as though I need to go and see them. I don't think my mum and dad agree, though.
Ok, chúng ta thấy rất là dài và khó đúng không bài. Như vậy thầy đã nói rồi, các bạn xác định B1, B2 thì mọi người có thể nghe 13, 14 câu đầu tiên thôi. Những câu sau mọi người có thể làm sai cũng được. Nhưng thầy muốn mọi người nghe thật kỹ và tốt nhất. Bây giờ chúng ta qua phần 4. Mọi người xem ha. Bây giờ chúng ta qua phần 4. Phần 4 là dạng monologue, là độc thoại. Thì chúng ta sẽ nghe 4 người này nói. Một người nào nói 4 người hoặc một người gì đó. Nhưng nó sẽ có 4 câu hỏi như thế này. Và các bạn sẽ nghe và các bạn sẽ hiểu để chọn đáp án đúng ABC ở đây. Và mọi người thấy nó không dễ tí nào với mức độ từ như thế này, đúng không ạ? Chúng ta nghe thử nè. Listen.
Hi everyone, it's great to be here and have the chance to share with you what I do and why I feel it's so important. I've been passionate about animals and the environment all my life. To me, it's what matters most. Although it was quite near a town, I actually grew up on a small farm, so I was always surrounded by animals, all sorts of different things, ducks, chickens, horses. I used to milk the goats before I went to school every morning and collect the eggs when I got home. I loved that. But as I got older, I realised how other people aren't lucky enough to have this closeness to nature, particularly children brought up in cities who don't really see animals in their natural state. I also love adventure. My favourite leisure activities include going rock climbing and hiking. And once I started travelling around the world to remote places like rainforests and deserts, I got completely hooked on the plight of endangered animals and ways of trying to save them. When I got the chance to audition as the presenter on a new children's television programme about dangerous animals, I jumped at it. Although I think the best word for me to describe it is tough, I love to be out there in the natural world, so it was the perfect job for me. What makes it so perfect? What's crucial for me is that although we show lots of dangerous animals which engages the children's interest, the strong message that runs through every programme is conservation. A large proportion of the animals we film are on the endangered list, and we've done endangered animal special programmes as well. It's my responsibility to present the wider picture that goes beyond just showing off a dangerous animal for the thrill of it.
Ok, đó là 2 câu đầu tiên. Chúng ta sang 2 câu tiếp theo mọi người nhé. Okay.
Hello, I'm Carrie, and it's great to be here and share my experiences of writing crime novels with you. I've been writing novels for 10 years now. What do you imagine a writer's life is like? Do I sit for hours in my own world waiting for inspiration to strike and then dash off words at a furious rate? Definitely not. Writing isn't a random activity, but a skill, which in theory, anyone can master. But the reality is, it's hard work, especially those times when your mind is completely empty, just like your computer screen. That's what's generally known as writer's block, but I like to call it a nightmare. So, now I'd like to pass on a few tips that help me along the way. Before deciding to write a book, think about why you want to do it. Some people expect huge financial rewards, but there are no guarantees of success, and there are safer ways to make your fortune. Others want to be famous, so you must identify your own motivation first. I believed that people wanted to read what I had to say, and I could tell a good story. That sounds like the best reason, but it may not be enough to keep everyone going in difficult times. Simply wanting to do it is not enough. You have to know how to write for the market. Crime is the #1 best-selling genre in the world, and you must do your research. I spent ages finding out about the way various police departments work, their systems, and so on. Identify what readers want.
Rồi chúng ta đã kết thúc bài nghe của chúng ta. Mọi người thấy nó sẽ rất là khó ở những câu từ 14 trở đi đúng không các bạn ạ? Chính vì thế thầy muốn các bạn trọng tâm cho thầy nghe 13 câu đầu tiên là dư sức được B1 rồi. Nhớ nhé. Nhưng chúng ta vẫn cứ nỗ lực nghe những câu còn lại. Và bây giờ thầy sẽ gợi ý đáp án cho các bạn. Và thầy muốn các bạn nghe từ dưới nghe lên. Và đáp án thầy sẽ không ghi ra đây đâu ha. Mà các bạn phải ngồi nghe. Câu cuối cùng. What's her opinion about a reason to write a novel? Okay. Well, number C, đúng không ạ? And this one, A. Và câu this one, this one. Hai cái nào khó thầy mới gợi ý ha. Cái nào dễ thôi các bạn. Đây là 4 đáp án đúng mọi người ạ. Ta để ý phần 4 ha, 4 đáp án. 4 đáp án này thầy đã tích vào cho các bạn rồi. Các bạn vui lòng nghe lại một lần nữa và vì sao mình lại chọn đáp án đó. Cố gắng phân tích nhé. Và đây là đáp án của phần 3. Các bạn xem đáp án phần 3 thầy tích vào rồi đúng không ạ? Và đây là đáp án của phần 2 các bạn nhé. Information matching. Các bạn vui lòng nhìn cái này giùm thầy A, B, D, và C. Phần này cũng hơi khó. Vậy các bạn cố gắng tập trung nghe nhé.